Yeah, well, I'll just start by assuring everybody that the morale in this building remains very good. This is a team that knows who they are, knows what they're capable of. We all know what we're going through right now and what it's causing, but we still have a lot of confidence that the team that has been one of the best teams in the country still resides in this building, and it's just a matter of getting back on track, which we all feel like and know that we will. So, again, have a big challenge this weekend. Arkansas is a good team. It's a really tough place to play, so it should be a great challenge for us. Go ahead.
Mark, could you run down the injury report for us?
Yeah, Hall and Sanders will not make this trip. Sanders is dealing with a slight lower body injury, so he will not pitch this weekend. Hall is not on that trip again. McGillis, Wimmer will be on the trip, and we are hopeful that they will be available in some form or fashion. Who am I missing? Who else do you guys need to know about? Dursenbeck will not make the trip. Lee Croy felt very good after the start the other night.
And
Tippett got reports on his wrist and everything came back clean, so he should be a go.
And also with Will, is this something that just popped up or has this been lingering for a while?
I don't want to give too much information, but I would say slightly lingering. It's very minor, but it's just something that he wants to work through, and we're going to be very smart with him on it.
With Will being out of the rotation, what does the rotation look like?
Yeah, we'll go with Jones on Friday for Game 1, much like we did at Mississippi State. Game 2 will be a TBA, and Game 3 will be Becker. That's going to allow us to use Mahoney kind of as a weapon and a versatile guy to decide what the best time to employ him is, whether it's out of the bullpen, whether it's a potential start on Saturday. We're going to use him kind of as a swingman this weekend because of the situation.
And just to follow up on Jack, how did that conversation come about? How did he receive that?
Yeah, well, he's a leader. He's a team guy. Everybody wants to be a starter first. That's always first on everybody's list. But when we explain the where, the why, the how, he's all for being a team guy and helping us win games. And so that's who he is, and I didn't expect anything different.
Sticking with the pitching with Hicks, what have you kind of seen from him the last couple of weeks? I know he had to start Tuesday. It's kind of a big weekend for him going home. Where is James Hicks right now?
Yeah, he's one of our best guys. I mean, he is. I mean, you look at Jones, Mahoney, Becker, Hicks. Right now those are probably our top guys in terms of who can start for us, and so he also is a candidate for that Saturday spot if we need him there. If we use Jack in a different capacity, Hicks has been one of our best guys all year, and I think that will continue.
I know Eli's started before in the past on the weekend. What makes him a guy that you feel comfortable starting, especially on a Friday night in the SEC?
Yeah, he's a mature kid. He has good enough stuff. He's 92 to 94 with good command. He throws strikes. He has a slider that can keep guys off balance that he commands as well. So he's just a good guy to have a good stable presence there to set the tone for the weekend.
I know catching at the college level is a little bit different. Don't necessarily call pitches, but is it possible that Nicole Messina not catching these past 2 weekends has maybe had somewhat of an impact on pitchers' performance at all?
Well, Cole for me is the best catcher in the country. Now I think French is very capable and has done really good things for us this year, but saying Cole is the best catcher in the country, there's going to be effects that are felt. Maybe they're tangible, maybe they're not tangible. But Cole's a leader. Cole's a great catcher, offensively, defensively. He's the total package. And again, French has done a really nice job for us all year. But Cole is Cole, and it's hard to say what impact there is. There's no way to really know. But we feel confident with both of them. But I also feel Cole's the best catcher in the country.
Coach, what's the biggest thing you've learned about your team through this adversity of injuries?
Well, that they've done a great job of sticking together. Within this building, we're just doing everything we can to stay positive, stay together. Look, there's going to be frustrations. That's if there's not some frustrations, then you're not competitors. But this team has stayed together. We revisited Fort Jackson yesterday just to kind of rekindle all of those emotions and all of that camaraderie. And I thought it was a great day for us. And the guys were awesome yesterday, in what we were doing over there. So again, this is a team that sticks together through thick and thin, and I think there'll be a payoff when all is said and done.
I know you talked about Cole and whatnot. anticipate moving him back to catcher this weekend? And if so, who can kind of play that third base spot if LeCroy's playing second?
Well, if LeCroy's available, if Tippett's available, Braswell's available, Wimmer may or may not be available at some point fairly soon. So we'll have a lot of options there if we decide to do that. Again, Cole has given us everything he's had at third base, but he's not a natural third baseman. He's a natural catcher. He's an elite catcher, and he's just a team guy that was willing to try to play a position that's out of his comfort zone for us. And so if we have the ability to move the pieces back to where they were for the great majority of the year when we were an elite team, then we'll probably do that.
What jumps out to you about Arkansas and the way they play? I know they're also battling through some injuries as well.
Yeah, it's amazing. If you look at the stats are very similar across the board, offensively, defensively, pitching-wise, number of stolen bases, very, very similar teams. They're probably a little more left-handed offensively than we are. They've got an elite guy on Friday, and so he kind of sets the tone for them. But it's a typical Arkansas team. They play extremely well at home. Their record at home is incredible, and it's a tough place to play. So I just think they build on the momentum of who they are, their program. They're very offensive, and again, that's a tough place to play for opponents.
One more on the injury front. We know Veach was down last weekend. I saw him in the bullpen Tuesday, even though he didn't get in the game. Is he available this weekend?
Yes. Yeah, he should be good to go.
No, you weren't on Tuesday, but are you in a position to share Dursenbeck's prognosis on what it might
Not
look
quite.
like?
Not quite. We're getting there, but I think there's still a couple more steps to go through.
Any more questions?
All right. Who's making the trip?